Hey, welcome into Flippin Hippos. My name is Star. I'm here every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. with friends to answer your reselling questions. We will be here all night or for about an hour and a half, whichever one comes first, and we'll answer all your burning questions. So if you have questions about reselling in general, any specific platform, how we handle any of our processes, any of the tools we use, what we're going to be doing about the shipping hike that's coming in 10 days, put it in the chat and we'll answer you. So before we get started tonight, we're going to go around the room and just kind of introduce ourselves, and we'll start with Richard.
Hello, everybody. My name's Richard. I go by basically the name otnipdrof flips. And if you know, basically otnipdrof flips, if you flip around, it spells Ford Pinto. That actually got started when I was in the military, and we used to play D&D, and I created a fighter character, and I needed something different. And so that's how the name came about. And when I started my YouTube journey, I decided to use that as a name. So that's how that came about. I was a part-time reseller. I've since been moved into the full-time reselling, and it's a little bit different. And you got to look at things differently when you go from part-time to full-time. So that's where I'm at in my life. And I'll go ahead and pass it off to Lori.
That's me. Hi. Like the scarecrow. Which way? Every way, but it's every which way but loose. Hi, I'm Lori with K&L Resell. K is my husband, Kurt. L is me. And I've been doing this for about 5 years. Met Richard tonight. Met Star about 5 years ago through LP. And I'm still doing it part-time, but kind of full-time as a write-off. And I started out with consignment, and because I didn't want to spend any money on product. And now I'm spending money on product faster than my husband would like. So that's the gist of it. We can get into more of it later.
All right. Well, if you follow one of these two here and you aren't familiar with me, this is my channel. It's called Flippin Hippos. My name is Star. I built my business with my boyfriend, my partner, my life and business partner. I used to work in the healthcare field, and I got hurt at work. I have an eyelash in my eye, and I became disabled and couldn't work anymore. And so I kind of took over his business. He used to just sell collectibles, and we built it up together. And after 9 years, he was like, I can't do clothes and jewelry anymore, woman. He got a job opportunity from a guy who knew a guy here locally at a local business to be an accountant without an accountant degree, with accountant pay. So that was a no-brainer, right? So he's happy. I'm happy. He still helps me with my shipping, and I do all of this by myself basically now, full-time. I mean, it's pretty much all I can do. Even if I wasn't disabled, I have to say, and I say this sometimes, I think working for myself for 9 years, I'm unhireable at this point. I don't think I could get along in an environment where I'm told where to be and when to be.
So true.
And I don't think I could handle somebody telling me when I'm allowed to pee, when I'm allowed to have a snack. Like, no, thank you.
No.
All right. So we got some people in here to say hi to. Kelly is here.
Kelly.
Valerie is here.
Valerie.
And Mary. Hey, Mary. Mary's been coming every week lately. That's awesome. I like it when we get.
That's so cool. Aw, thanks, Cal.
You don't like Richard's hair? And listen, I actually brushed mine.
I didn't brush mine yet.
It's all frizzy, though.
It's so long, I got to get another haircut.
All right. We have no questions in the chat yet. So I want to ask you a question that I actually came up with last week for the first time and ask that panel. You wake up tomorrow. All your inventory that's listed and your desk pile, everything gone. But you have $100 to start over. What do you do?
Well, I guess since I'm in the hot seat, I guess I go first. I guess the first thing I would probably do is I would go to the thrift store, but I would want to find something that had over a 50% sell-through rate. Because you got to turn that $100 back into a quick investment in order to put it back into the business. Or if garage sales are going on, do the same thing. You just don't want to go willy-nilly buy the stuff and then buy a bunch of long tail items. You're going to be on them for a while. So it's better to find something that has a quick turnaround, do that, then use the money, put it back into the business, and keep doing that to build yourself up.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a little bit of listing fees on that too, so you got to account for that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. I was saying I did mine on consignment, so I would try to pick up some consignment, go around, do some Curb Alert freebie stuff, pick up stuff for free because I'm cheap that way. And I think I'd probably take that 100 and stick it in the bank for the fees, the listing fees up front that I would have to do. I'd try to find some place that didn't have listing fees. Maybe do some lives to turn and burn that cash. I do have a current system in place now where I take my items that I get in, put them on Whatnot or eBay for 75% off of retail because I of my retail price, and then they go on for the long tail term, anything that doesn't sell there, so for the quick flip, and then I come back at the end and do a 90% off just to turn it. So I would follow that kind of thing. I like buying stuff though, because then I get to choose. I think that would be the benefit for me, Richard, doing that method. If there was something that I knew I could turn and burn real fast, like you said, I would definitely invest as you would.
Well, I think I would just start all over from the beginning. When I first got hurt and joined Keith in this adventure, he had like 20 listings, just collectibles. We took $20 to the bins.
$20?
We got, excuse me, we took $20 to the bins. Back then it was like 99 cents a pound. So we brought that home. We sold a couple of things, and then we just kept spending $20 at a time and reinvesting what we made and then adding if we needed to. No, I'm loath. I hate the bins. Never mind. There's a reason why we went to the bins to build the business, and as soon as we could get out of there, we got out, because let me tell you some stories. Needles, full diapers, homeless people. The needles, I think, were the end for me.
Ooh.
In the thing. But poop, wet stuff, you didn't know what it was, but the poop you knew because you could smell it.
Mayo.
I think they were just putting anything in those things and just like, here you go, Pittsburgh. So I maybe we have a lot of 99-cent days around here at all the thrifts and church sales. I don't know. Maybe I'll just quit.
Do you have Savers out there? They're a pretty big chain that has good prices. No?
No. But we have Goodwill has 99-cent Sunday. St. Vincent's has 99-cent Saturday. And then Monday through Friday, Salvation Army has one color 99-cent and 3 half off.
Oh, Richard, we're old enough now to do the senior discounts at the stores, like Goodwill or Savers has senior Tuesdays, 30% off.
Well, I live in a small town, so I don't go to a lot of those, like Goodwill. Of course, when I worked up in the city, I would hit some of those, and I was like shocked the prices they were asking compared to what I can get it for. I have 2 local thrift stores in town. I was all like, I ain't paying that price. So yeah, so I think I might have bought a couple things, but I was all like, no, there's got to be a better way. It's just like, I don't know how somebody can go to Goodwill and long-term sustain it and make, probably maybe 10, 15 years ago, they could do that.
Yeah.
But nowadays, with all the tools and everything like that, they know all that. Even my local thrift stores know that. They start raising their prices a little bit. So
Well, they've got, I've run across sellers through LP that have said that they contract with their local thrift stores to do things for them so that they can get more money for that stuff. So yeah, you're hit nail on the head.
Well, just like with selling, you can't just sell on eBay anymore. You have to branch out and sell on other platforms. And I think it's the same with sourcing. You can't have just thrift stores or just online. You have to have different sources where you source from and different places where you sell it.
Yeah.
I have come to really like Whatnot for sourcing. Oh my gosh.
My God, yes.
There's like Susie, she's crazy. 10 swimsuits for $10, or people fill a box for $5 because they get it so much of it and they just want to get rid of it. And there's so much room on the bone for us.
Yeah.
I love Whatnot.
And it's a quick flip. It's a quick flip. People know, to go there. You got to account for the shipping depending on what you're buying because the heavier stuff is going to cost you. But yeah, I love sourcing there.
Star, did you say we had our first question in there for all three of us?
I did. I started. We'll get to it.
Okay.
But
calm down, Richard. Calm down.
Calm down. We're chatting. This is a relaxed atmosphere. We get to
the
it.
questions.
Oh.
But now we have the color of the citrus.
Oh, sorry. There you go. Now you can read it.
Yourself a different name. Not usually anything great. Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the question from Kelly.
Is it?
There's one for each of them.
Yeah,
Kelly always comes up with something.
Basically, the question for me is, Richard, are you doing live sales? No, I don't do live sales. But Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, is a very good friend of mine. In fact, I've been communicating with him quite a bit since my new adventure in full-time reselling. And I'm probably going to go and start getting on Dibdit. And then possibly doing some live on there, live selling, just to move product out. Because, see, I had set myself up because I knew I didn't want to do what I was doing for a living forever. So I was building up a death pile. And everybody says, oh, you don't want a death pile? And I was like, no, I do. Because at some point in time, I was going to basically just stop doing what I was doing, and I needed to basically have something. So yeah, a lot of that stuff, I think now is time to start moving it out and move it out quick if I could. And that's the same question. Okay, so now it's up to you, Lori.
Me? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know about Dibdit. That's interesting. My plan for eBay Lives is I had a first one on Tuesday, but I screwed up which camera to put on first, so they couldn't see anything. They could hear me, but they could. So I fixed it, and I did my actual first live today on eBay Live. So those I have set up for Tuesday. What did I say? Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays. And that way I can raid into Karen at Avon Ridge on Sundays at 3 p.m. every day. And then I'll follow that up with when I drive across the United States. We're moving. My house is like completely empty. I'm sitting on a folding chair on a fold-up table. But I'm going to sell across the United States. So now I know 3 o'clock every day, eBay Lives Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and then Whatnots on Monday, Wednesdays. So I'm getting more. I'm in a place where I need to be more regimented, like Star has taught us so many things. So that's my plan for eBay Lives. I did run one today. The first one was good. I got a bunch of people in there. eBay Lives, they have so many people on there, millions of people. And I must have had at least 3 times the amount of people that ran through my eBay sale today than I did on Whatnot. It was much easier for them to find me for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the time of day. I haven't got the figures yet to do that. But that's my plan for the eBay Lives. Regular eBay Lives for at least 2 hours a day. So that's 6 hours a week, which is what they asked us to do when we signed up for this stuff. You don't have to do that many, but that's my plan. And to work my flip plan, 75% off up front to try to flip it fast. Leave it for a few months online for whatever doesn't sell, then come back and do 90% off. And that way I think I can keep things turning and keep our retirement going. Like Richard, I did a death pile, and I had to get rid of it all. I tried. We did an estate sale and got rid of as much as we could, and I donated the rest of it because I don't want to have to pay for a third pod to travel across the United States and lose all my profit margin. So it was just easier to get rid of it. So my death pile, I did save up like you, Richard, for retirement. And I knew that that was going to be our retirement money there to keep us going in addition to our Social Security. I did all the math. So that's my plan.
Am I thinking about eBay Live? Well, backstage, Lori, before Richard came in, Lori and I were discussing that. So Kelly must have been like,
she was
my
listening.
mind. She heard me in Texas. Star's thinking about eBay. I actually looked at the application today, and I felt like some of the questions were very intrusive and irritated me. But if I can get myself over that, probably, yeah. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I don't like live sales, says the girl who does 3 or 4 a week on Whatnot. But I don't like
these live things too. You like live. You just
I
not
don't
used to it.
It's not that I'm not used to, I just don't like it, but it's the way the world is going and you have to pivot. We always have to pivot and change the way the trends are going if we want to stay in business. I don't have to like it, but I don't want to be left behind either. I don't want to be one of those people that doesn't understand any technology or know how to use anything, or like I always want to have the latest everything and know everything and be, I want to be the cool 90-year-old in a couple of years. Because I'm Whatnot still. Listen, kids, let me show you my brooches.
But one thing, Star, I think that if you're getting a lot of inventory and you're not able to get the listings up as quickly, I think live selling could be a way. Now, you're not going to make as much as a static listing, but it's a way to move out inventory. And, this is one thing that I'm thinking about. I was always the type of person list it and forget about it. Okay. Well, now it's like I got my entire basement that I have to do that. But you're sitting on inventory that's not moving. And so it's going to take up more room. And then, so if you have stuff that you can move out quickly, it's better to make a little bit of money on that stuff than to try to get the high dollar for it. And, because you're always going to find more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As a reseller, we don't have that problem. Our eyes are like trained on that we're constantly looking for stuff. Hell, I go to the grocery market and I'm all like looking at clearance items and I'm all like, can I put this for a profit?
Yes. I go into Office Depot and I go to the clearance aisle and I do the same thing. Ooh, how much can I make on that?
Do you, I don't know if Richard, do you sell clothes?
Do I sell clothes?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. In fact, I've got so many clothes, it's ridiculous in my death pile.
Okay.
But
well, my
I was
question
buying,
is,
I've got like Carhartt jeans. I've got Levi jeans. I even had there for a while, I had somebody working for me that got a lot of them, got the photos taken and everything like that, got them bagged and tagged. I still have to list those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
It's
I was going to ask if this is something I noticed that I do now. Lori says, oh, I go to the discount. Ever since I started selling clothes, I'm like checking people out. Like, oh, he's got on Carhartt jeans, or oh, look at her blouse. That would be nice to sell. I like check people's clothes out. I'm like, oh, she's got on Miss Me jeans.
That's a different form of people watching that I hadn't thought of.
Just check out their clothes now. And like, if I see someone in a TV show with like the Carhartt, I'll be like, Keith, he's wearing Carhartt.
Well, you know what? I just recently heard about Vinted.
Mm-hmm.
That must be a very new platform. At least what? Maybe a couple months old or something. Star might know.
Coughing. Could you repeat it?
What's that?
I didn't hear you. I was coughing.
Vinted.
Oh, Vinted. I have heard they don't like sellers, and if you list too much too fast, they'll boot you.
I heard that too.
Really?
Yes.
Because I got a
They
lot
just
of
want, like
vintage.
moms selling out of their closet.
Yeah,
I
they
got a
just
lot of
think about
vintage
private people.
Levi's, and I was all like, well, maybe that'd be a good platform to list those on. You know, I've
Don't
done
do it too
decently
fast.
on eBay, but if they're coming up with different platforms and it's drawing new buyers, but yeah, if you've heard that, maybe I might want to look into that a little bit more before I even try to even
Yeah, a
put
lot of
anything
people
out there.
in the LP group, List Perfectly groups, talk about it, and they don't want to attract businesses or resellers. They just want normal people who spring clean their house.
I think that's short-sighted. That is so short-sighted.
Poshmark used to be that way too.
They're not in it for the money then. They're not. That's kind of what Kitizen used to do too. They wanted the moms and dads that had kids and stuff and to put their stuff up there, but they didn't make it with that model. So I don't know what Vintage's going to do. They're not going to last very long if they do that.
All right. Do you have an unpopular reselling opinion? Jesus, Kurt. We're live. I heard Kurt in the background.
You can hear him. He's in the bedroom. He's at the back of the house. That's how empty my house is. I have no furniture but this pop-up table and 4 chairs.
I'm like, Kurt, we're live. Chill it out on the hacking.
He's even got the TV going back. I can't believe you heard him.
Well, Lori, I'm sitting in a diner booth right now.
Really? At a, oh, I thought that was your house.
Well, that's the dummy.
Yeah,
This is my house.
That's so
cool.
cool.
You know what? I basically got divorced like 10 years ago, so my entire house, it could be a man cave.
I was just gonna say man cave. Yeah. Hey, why not, man? Why not? I love it.
Yeah, I actually bought these on HiBid.
Oh, I love it. I love HiBid. I haven't
I've
been on
done
there in a
really
while.
well on HiBid, but the problem is with HiBid, I was getting so much stuff that I'm still going through it. I'm talking about, I mean, I had gotten a HiBid lot and I had loaded up my truck. In fact, I did a video on it and I couldn't even see out the passenger window. And I did a joke that like a siren came by and was pulling me over. But anyways, yeah. And I'm just now, I've made my money back on that lot. I mean, tenfold. But I'm still going through bins and it's got brand new vintage clothes in it with the tags on it. And I'm still going through it.
It sounds like you need to do some live selling.
Exactly. Exactly.
You need
People
to get
love
on there
box
and just talk
openings.
it all.
Yes. Because I need to start making some more room, you know.
More to go buy stuff. Yeah. You have the disease, the reseller's disease. We all have it.
I don't know if you ever saw a video, but I had a different one other than this, like jukebox up here.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time. And the funny joke is a friend of mine came over and after I'd picked up that HiBid lot, I was going to go ahead and give her one. And I said, well, let me look it up first. I looked it up and I said, oh, no, you ain't getting that.
Oh.
And I was actually,
Nope.
this is a few years back. I was actually on live with Cat the Nurse Flipper.
Mm-hmm.
And got an offer for it, and for $250. I refused the offer, and they said, "What? Take it, take it."
Wow.
They came back later on in the show. I sold it for $362, and it was a plastic. It was a limited edition Elvis model.
Oh my God! Anything Elvis? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I came across not that thing, but the little tapes that go in there. They were real tapes, little mini cassettes that would go in one of those things. But if I had that machine, that would be perfect. Hi, Christopher Nutter. Yeah, I love those little any of the jukebox stuff goes crazy. Saturday, Buffalo Exchange Nationwide has a $1 sale for Earth Day. Oh,
and if anyone else is interested, Whatnot is doing no commissions tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I meant Saturday because that reminded me of Saturday. They are doing no commissions, but Karen texted me earlier that there's already 14,000 people.
It's going to be hard to get recognized. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone and their brother is going to be, and their brother, sister, and their hamster. They're all going to be selling.
Hamsters. Hamsters.
I don't know if you guys heard me, but I did ask if you have an unpopular reseller opinion.
Yeah, I was hoping to stall it so I wouldn't have to answer that question. That an unpopular reseller, what?
Well, you don't have to go first. You got some time.
No, but I got some time to think about it. Yeah, unless he defers. So I'm stalling. Some unpopular reseller habits?
Opinion.
Oh. I try to get along with everybody. Go ahead, Richard. I'm thinking.
Well, wait a minute. No, she jumped in.
No, Richard. I need time to think.
Let her go
See,
first.
he's still thinking too. Unpopular. Okay, since I jumped in, I don't know. Yo mama. She's on this yo mama kick if anybody's happening. So when you watch this video in the future, you'll know when it all started. Unpopular. I don't think I do. I think while I like to get along with everybody, I will buck the system if I think I could do it better. No. I think the answer to that question is no. I think I'm just going to go with no.
Okay.
Okay. What was the full question again, Star?
Do you have any unpopular opinions about reselling?
As far as reselling, I don't think I have any unpopular things, but being in the social media, it's like one thing you want to stay away from the politics that happen with resellers. Why that happens, I don't know. But when it starts happening, I tend to like back away, and I'm all like, I don't want to be any part of it. So I guess one thing about reselling is that aspect.
Yeah, the discussions can get a little heated, I suppose. The unpopular opinions come with the controversial subjects, maybe.
So I once created an entire series called Unpopular Opinions. There's a link.
When you ask that question, I'm going, I know where she's going with this. She's got a shitload.
She's setting us up is what she's doing, Lori.
It's all about her. It's her question. Go.
You know what? I didn't make up these questions. I asked ChatGPT, okay?
Oh,
we'll blame AI for this one. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, I did have a whole, so I'll just kind of go down the list.
There's a list.
Yeah. Well, I made a whole series of videos.
Oh, okay.
That's the link. So, I don't buy into buyers like sob stories or long-winded lies, like anything. I just whatever and canned response them.
And that's unpopular because
you're supposed to be nice, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like, really, I don't care if I ruined your kid's Christmas. If you don't buy it at full price, you're going to ruin my Christmas. So
hello.
There's the unpopular part. No, but I think the two biggest ones, and for a long time, my God, I'm still salty about this. For a long time, everybody fought me and said that delisting, relisting was wrong. I remember being at Boss and Griff from, oh man, I'm dropping names tonight. I am telling you some tea and dropping names. But Griff from the eBay podcast got into it, like a debate with me, and he was very sure that he was right. And you don't delist, relist. And I'm like, well, my boyfriend's a computer nerd, and if he says that things get stale and the algorithm doesn't favor it anymore, I kind of believe him. And I got into it with other people I won't name because I'm still friends with them and I'd like it to remain that way. But they would fight like for years, like 8 of the 9 years I've been reselling. Everyone told me I was wrong. And then all of a sudden in the last year, they all changed their tune and you should be delisting, relisting. Your listings get stale. And I'm like vindicated at the same time that like I bitched for 9 years and made videos about it. And you guys told me I was wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then the other is you should wash everything you thrift, and if you don't, you're gross. And I will die on that hill. And if I make you feel a type of way or defensive, I don't care. You're disgusting. Bed bugs. People don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. People try on the clothes. People donate them right off their back. People pick their ass and their nose and go in the store and touch stuff. It's gross. People are nasty. You need to wash everything that comes in your house.
Well, also you should wash it because, like, I had my stepsister's stuff. She had cats, and she also had a problem with birds being brought in by the cats in the house, and so there was this dander over everything. That alone, just picking up her stuff, I had to dry clean. I paid bulk dry cleaning of $500 to dry clean a bunch of stuff. They did, but I didn't dry it or anything. It was just like dry cleaning to sanitize it. And then I washed everything else in different types. It must have taken me a week, but it was worth it because the awful smells came out of it and everything. Mm-hmm. She's absolutely right about that. Wash everything.
Yeah, I mean, just people in general are gross, and they do gross things with their hands that they touch things with. And I've had people argue with me, oh, they donate it right out of their closet after it's cleaned.
No,
they don't. Why would you wash something if you know it doesn't fit or you're never going to wear it again? People donate out of their hamper.
It's been sitting there for a while, even it gets dusty.
And I have to add one more thing and we'll move on. I once bought, after COVID, a tractor trailer full of donated items from a thrift store. They had too much just sitting outside on the sidewalk from COVID. So I blind bought a trailer.
Oh my God.
Worse than the Pittsburgh pens. Can we just say that?
Wow.
Dogs, roaches, rodent turds, wet stuff. Like, this is what people dropped off to donate.
Yeah.
That's why free is always the best stuff.
It wasn't free.
Well, that's even worse.
Yeah,
but yeah, it just, you know, not just with what you thrift. Come on. You go somewhere outside, wash your hands when you come home. Just be aware that most people don't wash their hands. And I worked in the healthcare field, and I know a lot about a lot of things like germs and gross. So wash stuff. And just, so gross.
I think a lot of people changed that habit where they do wash their hands a lot more. And I am one of those. When COVID happened, I was washing my hands because at that point we didn't know if we were going to die from COVID or what. But my hands went so dry and wrinkly, and now they're just wrinkly because I'm old. But you know, I changed. I do everything now, and I tell Kurt, you need to go wash your hands. You came in, you just went and did this, you just went and did that. Just go wash your hands, please.
I was in the healthcare field, so that's where my habits come from. But
yeah, totally.
I just think about how many times have you been in a bathroom and seen somebody leave without washing their hands in public?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's people are gross. And I don't want that in my house.
Or on your body. Ew.
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
What type of things you fit on Vibe?
Thank you for that one, Star.
I love that subject though, because I do know some things about germs and gross stuff. Being, you know, we used to have to go through classes on proper hand washing and hygiene and stuff, and they taught us a lot of stuff, and most people don't think about that.
Yep.
Well, I agree, but it just, I don't know, on reselling, that's just kind of like a weird conversation to get into.
I don't think it's weird. You're thrifting used items from other people's homes to bring into your home.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, but a lot of times I leave them outside for a while, and then if they're like clothes, I wash them. I wash all the clothes that I get. I wash them all, irregardless if the thrift store washes them or not. I wash them. I just, you know, that's just the way I feel. It's like I don't want to
people going through all those clothes on the racks. You don't know what's been on their hands, so now they may
washed by them, but I don't want to give somebody a dirty product. I mean, because that's my name that's selling that.
That's a good point. Just from that standpoint alone, wash it. What kind of things did you get on HIPPO?
I guess, is that like for me?
Yeah.
I guess because I was the only one. Well, let's see. I got a full-blown jukebox. I have like right across from me. I have a Americana 3. And I paid $50 for it. I've been trying to find someone to come out to repair it. And I had somebody set up, but then something came up and they didn't come out. My ultimate goal is I want an original Americana. That's the ones like where you see the big lights over it, and then it has the albums that you could see. Yeah, I guess the way you could relay it is the Happy Days. That's my ultimate goal. So I get this one fixed, sell it, see if I can buy one, and work my way to that point. But a lot of things I bought on high bid, it was a lot of clothes. I bought some bigger stuff. The booth I'm showing you, it was actually 4 booths. 4 booths. I gave one to my oldest son. I gave one to my youngest son. And right now, up at my barn, which is like an apartment, I have the other one up there. Those are probably the biggest things I bought, but on high bid, you can buy a lot of stuff very cheaply because they tend to lot a lot of stuff together. But you better be willing. You got to move that stuff out quickly, or it takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope that answers the question.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check out high bid. I've seen it come up in advertisement, but I haven't actually been on there.
Oh, I just unstarted the next question, and I got to go.
Oh no!
Why would I? You act like I do this for a living.
What the heck is going on with this amateur show?
It's always amateur hour on the Hippos because we don't give a hoot. We're just here to have fun. Glad are we? I guess she's asking, are we glad that eBay changed the auction bidding so buyer can't cancel?
Oh, I didn't even know they changed that because I just started. But that's good, yeah. Or look at a law. I am very glad.
I don't think it affects me.
Well, I don't do auctions on eBay, so I have no comment on that whatsoever.
All right, do another question. What else?
All right, let me pull one from Chat GPT.
Okay.
These are kind of like, they're just like boring. Like, what's your favorite niche to sell?
Well, I guess I'm in the hot seat unless Lori wants to take over.
No, I'm not jumping in. Gosh darn
it. My favorite niche. I like selling vintage toys. When I can find them. But like I said, I'm in a small town, so I don't find them very often. But I would say that would be my favorite niche. My least favorite niche is China.
Yeah.
I live in a small town and I get tons of China. Now, I've made money on it, so, I can't discard it. But yeah, it's like, I usually kind of separate it because I don't sell it off in one big lot. But then you get somebody come in and then to buy a lot of it. And then it becomes heavy and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to ship all this stuff?
That's the problem with
without breaking. So anyways, my favorite niche is probably vintage toys.
Because you like selling them. And that's exactly what I would say is my favorite niche is selling what I like. Now, what do I like? In my older years now, I don't like to ship the heavy stuff. You can make money on some of the really cool stuff that's heavy and big and large, but you got to pack it. You got to ship it, and it costs a lot. So it's going to sit around for a long time, I've found, before somebody wants to pay that kind of shipping or somebody's local and can pick it up. But I'm into comic books because just one-offs you can sell. And in my retirement, as I get old and my hands get old gnarly more than they are, it's going to be easier to deal with trading cards, sports cards, and jewelry. Those are the 3 ones that I'm sort of concentrating on. That are my favorites right now. Realistically, if I were to do it wouldn't be a niche. I would like to find unique things. I think my niche is ultimate. When I started was unique things. Now I'm more practical because I'm into more of the money than I am the excitement of it.
I think my favorite is plush, even though I'm trying to get out of it.
Default answer. Pick another one.
You know, I found it at the thrift store. I found a original Simba from when the movie was released. And I think I paid like $2, maybe $3 for it. This is the highest selling plush I ever sold. I couldn't believe it. I had to look up the comps several times. I said, this can't be right. This can't be right. I ended up selling it for like $78. I was blown away. So plush, you can make money. It's just, that's not my thing.
Yeah, it is my thing. It's just I need the wall in my garage back, so I'm clearancing it out, selling it on Whatnot. Jewelry. That's not a default answer. I mean, years ago it would have been jeans and plush. Now it's like jewelry and plus size tops. So
okay.
I just like money.
Everybody likes money.
My least favorite, because he said his least favorite, so I would say mine. Shoes. They gag me with a rake. I just went on about germs and stuff. I don't want to touch other people's nasty ass toes wet. No, thank you. I tried to do shoes once, and it just grossed me out because I had done a challenge on my YouTube, and I challenged people to do something different. And I'm not going to challenge people to do something if I won't do it with you.
Okay.
I did shoes for like a month. I would bring them into the foyer of our house and line them up, spray them down with Lysol. Then I bring them upstairs and wipe them with Lysol rags and wear gloves and be all grossed out. You can see you can see people's toe imprints on sandals and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not into other people's toe sweat. It's
well,
just
you know
not
what? Hey, Star, you can actually find brand new shoes in the box that people haven't worn. Maybe they tried it on and it didn't fit right. Okay. So they weren't really wearing it. It wouldn't be that bad. You know?
Not enough Lysol for Star to sell shoes. That's the truth. But yeah, there is the default new you could do.
Yeah, I will I will look at them if they're in a box or have tags. And I will, I have a couple pairs listed that I got new or were mine. I could touch my own toes. Nancy's been around since like 2018. She's been around since dinosaurs. She remembers that. Yeah. I just but I also won't do used swimwear.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't like cootie germs.
It's the same as underwear, really. I mean, the lower bikini parts anyway.
Swimwear, I've made money on swimwear, but I don't sell women's swimwear because then you're going to have all these sizes and everything like that. Guys are all like, is it large, extra large, or what? It doesn't matter. Has a drawstring, you pull it. And I've done very well on that. But women's, I don't sell a lot of women's clothes unless I find it at the thrift store or at a garage sale and it's brand new with tags. And I still don't do measurements.
Yeah.
So I bought a whole bunch of new with tag swimwear and I'll sell that. I'll sell bras and bikini tops because you can wash the boob sweat off. But I won't do the used one piece or bikini bottoms. And it is weird to me that eBay won't let you sell used underwear, but you can sell used bikini bottom.
Yes.
It's still a cooter touch.
Yes. I agree. Yes. I won't sell used cooter touch pants.
Well, that's gross too, because then you got nut sweat.
Men's Speedo bikinis should be outlawed. There's just no good way to wear one of those that doesn't expose everything. Oh my God. We just went to R rating.
There was demonetization on this video. Is this okay for kids to watch?
Turn the volume down and.
Is this a kid-friendly show?
That's what they ask you when you monetize
No.
it.
Oh my God.
It's true. I mean, there's a lot of things that are gross. We've been talking. That's like the theme
True.
tonight, I guess. But why can you sell used, but not no?
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Nope.
Nope.
I don't know
nope.
who would want to buy used underwear.
This is a big nope because there's shoes that sell for $200, and I won't do it. I won't. I won't touch gross.
Now I have a pair of old work boots that are completely leather, and they're like this brand that supposedly everybody likes. And I watched a bunch of videos. Those are all stinky stuff, and you wash them and you do. But apparently, the older models, certain brands will bring a lot of money in those work boots, and you can refurbish them, and saddle soap and all that stuff. I would think that would be okay for me, as well as like loafers, leather loafers, and higher end men's shoes. Women's shoes, obviously, and people buy those for so cheap now. Even the Louboutins and things like that, people are getting good prices.
I don't have a problem selling shoes. But I'm very particular now about the shoes that I pick up. Because one, I don't want to do any work on them.
Yeah.
They got to be in good condition, almost brand new. It takes a lot of work. I mean, when you're first starting off in reselling, you're willing to pick that stuff up. You're willing to spend the time to clean them and, air them out and all that stuff. But once you start getting into reselling, you start realizing that's time and money. So
time is money, exactly.
I mean, and as far as if the shoes are in good condition and look like they have very little wear, I know Star's going to freak out about this, but yeah, I don't have a problem selling it.
I agree with you. I know Star doesn't, but yeah, I agree. It's
like
about time and money for every
I'm the worst person to be a reseller. There's no way that I'm a reseller and I make this my full-time job. That's
Well, you might as well quit selling shoes, quit selling clothes.
I don't sell shoes, but I do wash all the clothes. I do steam clean all the plush. But I'm like, if you've ever seen Friends, I'm Monica. And it's so weird that I do, even jewelry sometimes weirds me out because it'll have like,
it can be
hair.
filthy
It'll have hair.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes in clothes, people go commando.
It's true.
And that's why you wash everything.
It's not just guys.
That's why you gotta wash everything. And I clean my jewelry too.
Yeah. I want to get a jewelry cleaner, a sonic cleaner. I know that you can't.
I have one. Do you want to see her?
Yeah. I really need to get one. I'm going to get one when we finally get to Tennessee. But it's some of that's because I can't get clean. I can put the silver in and clean it and get the brushes on there with the stones and stuff. But even when I do that and I'll blow it out, even with like a pressurized air, it still doesn't get to the spots that you need it to get the stuff. Yes, that's the one that I want to get.
And you know what? We clean our eyeglasses in here too.
Oh my God, I can never get these clean enough. Oh, yes. Okay.
Just like a drop of dawn.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're ready to buy it, let me know and I'm going to give you my affiliate link.
Okay. You got it. That's the deal.
But this is her.
Richard's going to go get something of his now too. No, I like that. That's perfect.
There's stuff in there because I usually wait till the basket's full.
Oh, okay.
So I just put stuff in there.
Yeah, no, I was just saying while you were getting that, I don't know if you heard, but with the gemstone stuff that I have like in the rings and the pendants and stuff like that, I can't get in underneath the settings to get it really clean. And there's always like schmutz in there. Julius goes, dead skin and it was black. Yes, exactly. I think that's
so. I do a lot of it in the sonic cleaner, but I also have a microfiber cloth that I just spritz with the Dawn Power Wash or the Awesome Cleaner and just wipe it.
Yeah, I'll do that with the necklaces, the big beads. Yeah,
the plastic and then like the hand painted. There's things you can't put in the sonic cleaner.
Right. Yeah. No, that definitely, I do use those things. And I don't know about a microfiber cloth. I'll just use whatever I have, but probably a good idea to do that.
I'm going to put my affiliate link in the.
Now I heard that Windex type stuff is best for jewelry on a thing or whatever, depending on what you have to wash.
Really? Well, I use the Dawn Power Wash.
Oh, okay.
And I have a recipe. I make my own.
Ooh, yes.
And I use that. I've replaced most cleaner. I've replaced Windex. I've replaced a lot of cleaners in my home and clean a lot of stuff with it because it has the alcohol in it.
Ah, yes. It helps it dry. I like that.
And it kills germs because it has alcohol. So it kills germs, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Curtis, we're getting a pod tomorrow to pack the rest of our house so they can stage the place. And there's this car parked in front of our house. And the reason why I was looking up was Kurt's going, I'm going to go check and see whose car that is. And he checked around the neighborhood. He goes, it's the guy down the street. He's like, oh, okay. He's trying to be quiet. Curtis, we heard you coughing and hacking in the room. Star called you out. You're supposed to be quiet.
What did I miss while I was gone?
Not much.
Or do I even want to know?
Dude, don't ask questions.
No, you're fine. There's a bunch of stuff in the chat, though. Oh, Karen's here. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
She likes Formula 409 for her jewelry.
Oh, I used to love 409. That was a great cleaner.
And Valerie worked in an eye doctor, and they used the Sonic cleaner and the Dawn, right?
Okay. No pearls or oxidized silver. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and nothing like hand painted or like the big plastic beads because that color that will chip off the paint.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Karen's here. We were talking about you earlier. I said I was going to pick your brain at lunch this weekend about eBay Live. So,
yeah.
Anybody have any more questions, or am I just going to keep asking my really weird ones?
The really weird ones are kind of entertaining. They've given us the most fodder to talk about, so
that's
maybe
true.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so here's a good one. Now, remember, before you answer this, before I ask it and before you answer it, my soapbox is don't be a turd and race to the bottom, okay?
You know me so well.
What is your go-to pricing strategy? Fast flips or hold for the value?
But say that again.
Where did it go? What is your go-to pricing strategy? Fast flips or hold for the value?
It depends on the item. It really does. I mean, if you're talking about an item that basically has a good sell-through rate, you're going to list it up in the upper amount. If you're dealing with an item and that doesn't have a high sell-through rate, okay, but that doesn't mean a lot either. It could have a high collectability. It just means there's not a lot of buyers for that. So it's hard to answer that question. But if it's an ordinary thing that I pick up like jeans and stuff like that, I'm going to go for the quick buck.
Yeah, I think it depends on your selling strategy because there are people like that have warehouses full of stuff. Yeah, don't rush to the shit answer. There are people who are online who do a lot of lives and they have the big warehouses where they move things at for smaller margins. So you sell in bulk and you get more money, you flip it real fast. Some people like that. Other people will go for the long haul. They just want to sit there and stuff. I tend to go for a little bit of both. Like I said before, I sell everything at 75% off retail, then let it sit for a while if whatever doesn't sell, and then I flip it at 90% discount. That's the theory. Now, there are the exceptions where something is, I held on to until recently a mid-century modern thick glass table with tassels for legs. And it was worth tassels. They were fake tassels. They weren't real. Not the girly kind. Okay, straight to the bottom. But I held on to it. It was worth $1,600, but I had to find the right buyer. I was thinking about contacting a prop store, but then we decided to move, so that went out the window. Mm-hmm. But that sat for 5 years. because I knew I had to find the right person. It was super heavy and I didn't want to deal with it. So that played into why I didn't try to move it. But for the most part, I think it's a math calculation for me, whether you move fast or not. You have to decide whether to move fast or not based on your needs and your model. I change it up, I pivot when necessary.
All right, so I'm firmly against pricing low. I do not agree with the race to the bottom. I always use the World of Warcraft analogy because people understand that the best. So I play World of Warcraft with my boyfriend. We're dorks, okay? Get over it. We're nerds. We used to play D&D too, Richard. So they have an auction house, and you can say there's this new mithril ore that people are building an armor out of, and the mithril ore is worth 1 million gold, right? And everybody's got it on the auction house. Well, then turd number 1 puts it in for 500,000 because he wants this to sell first. So turd number 2, 250,000. And before you know it, everybody's coming in, and this new ore that was worth this much is now selling for 10 gold. So the same thing happens on eBay when you have somebody pricing items too low. The next person comes in, the next person, then the new person who has no idea what they're doing comes in, and it just brings it down for everybody. So there's a proper way to get rid of things quickly. You price them at the right price, the market value, and run a 50% clearance if you need to, or use your offers. But like if everyone's selling their Old Navy jeans for $20 and you want to get rid of yours for 10 because you need to be first or you need a fast flip, fine, but list yours at 20 and then run a 50% off sale so that you're still showing that their value is 20. Does that make sense?
I agree. That makes perfect sense.
When you just keep lowering the prices, I mean, there's so many brands of jeans that I used to be able to get $50 and $60 for that you can't list for 15 and 20 now.
Yeah, because somebody else screwed up the market price.
But had you just listed them and run a sale.
I agree. I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, you know, if you're going to sell stuff, I mean, obviously we're resellers and we want to basically, we want to undercut the next person, but you know, let's not bottom out the market in something.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to make a quick sale. Now you see it all the time and that happens, but me, I'm always about middle or about less than middle, and it just depends on the quality of the item. But I think as long as you're doing that, you know, we all have a good share in everything, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think of like the old fashioned marketplaces where like you see in the movies in ye old times where everybody's selling their fruit and wares and bread and all that stuff. But one guy might go, oh no, I need money real fast because I need to do whatever. And he bottoms out the prices and then everybody else starts to suffer and can't live. And it depletes the economy in such a wide bottom out thing that it just ends up screwing everybody. It's great in the short term for 1 or 2 people, but it screws up the entire economy eventually.
Thank you. This is what I've been preaching for 9 years. I mean, there's no reason silver jeans and Miss Me jeans and cut from the cloth and Page, they just aren't worth anything anymore because of that. But had people actually listened to me, because by the way, I'm usually always right, you could have priced them.
As am I.
You could have priced them along with everyone else and ran a 75% off sale or whatever you want to do. We
all could have made more money. We all could have.
Yes.
Can I say something? There's an exception to that rule.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if any of you have actually sold retail arbitrage.
I've tried to, but it's too much work.
Okay. When early on, I basically was getting a lot of stuff from Walmart. I live in a small town. And so they were shipping us stuff that people out here don't want. And so I was getting it at a good price. The thing is other places are getting it at a good price. So that's an exception, I think, to the rule. because if you don't try to get that moved out quickly, you will be sitting on the item.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
everybody else is going to start dropping it and dropping it and dropping it and move their quantity, especially if you get it at like you're buying quantities of 100 or 200.
Yep.
You got to move it quick.
Now,
Well, especially if it's like a high commodity Christmas item or something like that. I agree with that.
Right.
But, and as far as pricing, I price high. So if this is mid, I'm up here, but then I run a sale. I have a sale 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I start here, my sale brings it down to here, my weekend sale brings it down to here, and then I can do offers still and still end up with what I wanted it to begin with.
Yeah. Yep. You know, and
Robert's
as you guys were talking, I was thinking about the bottoming out and how I might be contributing to that with the quick flip, however, of the 75% off. However, I think the exception is with the live sales. I think that's an appropriate marketplace to do that stuff. And that's the only place that I do it. And what I do is I use the live marketplaces with the low prices for the quick flip to bring people into my other marketplaces, or like if it's an eBay live, I'll bring them into my store and go, listen, you guys are getting it first here for 75% off. I'll tell you right now, if people don't buy this here and it goes up in my store, it's not going to go for any less of a discount than 50% off, because that's just the way I work. So get your deals now or get them later, but you'll get a bigger deal now. And so I'm using it as like a marketing tool. What do you guys think about that kind of a philosophy? Like, am I completely wrong? Or
no, I do that. Like when I do my jewelry unboxing, my rule is if I touch it, it runs. If I pull it, it runs for $3. But if it's something really nice while it's running, I'll let them know this is really nice and it's going to go up for $30 or $40. So get it for $3 today, right?
Yeah, that's true. I have heard you say that.
I don't sell a lot of jewelry, so I won't comment on that.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to know how many of those stupid damn monkeys Keith and I ended up with?
Monkey fingertips?
The fingerlings.
Oh, right.
Because we went to Target and bought a bunch. We sold a bunch, and then we're left with some.
What did I tell you? Retail arbitrage. You got to basically keep dropping the price, dropping the price, dropping the price. You got to get it moved out, or else you're going to be stuck with stock.
Well, you know, and that's a good way to rotate through stuff too. Is sell as best you can, then donate it. Take the write-off. Get whatever you can. I mean, there's a level of that in there as well as for the retail arbitrage, I imagine.
But retail arbitrage is usually fads, which is, I think, Richard's point. It's a fad. It's going to be popular for a month and then it's done.
Yeah.
Very good point. Very good point. So flip it quick. Yeah. Get your money while you can. Yeah.
And I donated mine to the domestic shelters and the fire halls, but did you know that you can donate toys? Let me say this so you all will know that sometimes I'm a good person. You can donate toys to domestic shelters. I think most people know that, but you can donate them to fire stations, because when they have a kid whose house burned down, they try to give them a toy or a plush or something to comfort them. The fire.
Yeah, the police do that too. They'll get little plushies in there. Things I've seen it on OP Live. They'll give them plushies during crises.
Well, the question is, can you write that off?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, because you know what? The problem is doing retail arbitrage. Let me tell you, you buy some really stupid stuff. and you get stuck with a lot of toys and stuff like that. And it's all like, okay, if I could write just off a little bit of that, and then, you know, they could give it away or something, you know, I mean, that's.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can donate to the Toys for Tots with the Marines. That's a write-off.
Yeah.
Star, do you think my cell phone cases was retail arbitrage?
It was
a disaster.
It was Jeff Taj.
It was Jeff Taj.
My name is Jeff.
Oh, just Richard, in case you don't know, I bought $3,000 worth of iPhone 12 cases, screen things, and charger cords, and from via trading. And I was going to flip them real quick, so I put them up for $1. I put them up for $8. I tried everything, tried bundling, tried all this stuff, and I maybe sold 2 or 3 of them. And I finally just donated it, and it was a disaster. Don't do cell phone covers if you're doing retail arbitrage.
That'd be the last thing I would do.
Oh my God.
My God, the cell phones, you know what? They get a new cell phone, come out every freaking how many times?
I figured
And so
I'll
the
get
cell
the
phone
people
becomes worthless. It's all
Yes.
like, I don't need a cover for that one anymore.
Every year.
Oh,
Okay, we got one from Valerie.
What are you sourcing, prepping for right now? A move to Tennessee. I jumped in. Okay, go. No, go, Richard.
What are you sourcing, prepping for right now? I guess right now is I'm actually getting revved up. I've been looking into citywide around my area to hit up all the citywide sales. We have 2 here in my small town, but I've been looking around the local towns, but I'm also looking up into Kansas City and into Kansas area where it's a little more expensive. Those are the areas I want to be hitting. So that's what I'm doing right now to prep for things.
I think I'm going to miss the high-end stuff here in the Bay Area. I get some really good high-end stuff here for cheap. I'm going to miss that. Prepping for stuff. Like I said, I'm really into these. I'm a Virgo, so I love organizing. So working with the sports cards is so much fun to me. I sit there and watch TV and do them, put them in the sleeves, do the research. I have a whole process. And I prepped a lot for that. So I've got those all ready to go for my trip. As far as, and comic books, I prepped for. I think I did prep for Tennessee by purging. So I think that there's a level of purging. That was really painful though, to get rid of my money mountain. Oh, that was so hard.
Yeah, I bought 250 pounds of it. No, yeah, right?
Yeah, 250 pounds. Yeah.
That didn't sound right, but I've been doing the haul videos for 6 months. It's 250 pounds.
Yeah, so I had these bulk boxes, Richard, and for anybody who doesn't know, that I put in the priority mail bulk boxes, and I would put in like $20 items and stuff and sell them for $100, guaranteed to be $100 of retail value. Well, they weren't moving as fast as I wanted them to, and they were taking up a lot of space. And so this was the first thing I did to purge some of my stuff. So I said, hey, who wants this in our group? You're Virgo too? Oh, girl, you get it. You understand. So I couldn't deal with it. So I told Star, said she wanted, I said, I'll sell it to you for just postage. So I just charged her postage for it. Was $250, $50 a box. Home Depot large box, $50, and don't go over, what was it, 50 pounds? I think we figured out. Kelly helped me with that too.
It was 5 boxes. Yeah, so it's 50 pounds.
50 pounds. Yeah, because the rates really go high after 50 pounds. So this is a good lesson to tell everybody about. But if you go over 50 pounds in that size, that particular dimensions, then you start paying the higher shipping costs. And so what we did is we put it in 5 different boxes. And so she got 250 pounds for I think it was like $370 or something. It was like really cheap. It was a really good deal. So it was a good way to move product for me, not to feel like I wasted my time with that stuff. I knew it went to a good cause. I know that somebody's going to value the stuff, and I threw in some extra jewelry and stuff in there for her too. So
yeah, until she watches the unboxings and she's like, did I really give you a $200 nightgown?
She goes, oh my God, it's $200. I think
yes, man. It was good stuff. But
yeah, a lot of that was my stepsister's estate, and I knew she had good clothes.
It was good stuff. I mean, okay. So speaking of that, I had bought out my friend Jenny's whatnot shows, like 3 of them in a row, and I haven't even touched those. And then I have 1 more box of Lori, 3 boxes of ThredUp, garage bags, not garage bags, they're garbage bags, dummy.
Well, we knew what you meant.
I have so much shit, right? I'm supposed to be on this van, but I went
to every
church,
reseller ever.
I went to a church sale with Karen. I went to the Goodwill with Karen.
Oh my God, that's right. I want to hear about that.
Well, you'll have to watch the video tomorrow.
Okay.
I did the haul video, but so long story long, I'm a talker, sorry. I did buy 104 swimsuits back in March from Susie's Whatnot.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't you just say you didn't want to buy that stuff?
new with tags.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but people try that stuff on, right?
Probably, but they had the
You
high
didn't think about that one, did you?
and most of them were the tops.
Tops. Actually, I bought some from her during that time too, and there were a lot of tops. I did get some bottoms, and they didn't have tags on. But yeah.
Karen says that sale there were 18 rooms and 3 garages, but you'll have to watch the video. I'm just trying to talk about the swimsuits.
Okay.
So they're new with tags. I said I was going to get them loaded and all listed by April 1st, and I did. So that was my front loading for summer. Now I'm supposed to not be thrifting. So when I'm going places with Karen and my eBay Seller Circles group, I'm looking for Christmas stuff already because people do Christmas in July.
Yep.
That's big. And then, there's a whole summer slowdown and then it's Q4 before you blink. So I'm looking for Halloween and Christmas stuff.
Mm-hmm. She's a Halloween whore. Sorry, I said it. You are a Halloween whore.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, this is the time to look for it because this is the time you're going to get it very cheap.
Yep. You got to shop off season. Yep.
People realize if they're selling it, they're not going to get that much for it because it's not Christmas time or it's not Halloween. It's not the holidays. So yeah, I mean, Star's right. This is the time to buy the stuff. Problem
it's
is
kind of like the retail selling, the retail sales when retail stores buy. You have to buy pre-season, 2 or 3 seasons ahead of time. Yeah.
So that's a really good tip. So whenever people ask me what should you be listing when, I always say just pay attention to the stores. What is Walmart putting out right now? You need to be doing that too. What is Target putting out right now? Like, just pay attention to the stores because they have actual professionals that do all this research and all this studying. They're doing the work for us. They've already put in all the research and they're telling you, we're putting this out. You need to also. So follow the trends from the stores. But do get your Christmas stuff in early because the Christmas in July trend is really big. People throw parties and they have ugly Christmas sweater contests in July. And then there's Summerween.
Yeah.
People celebrate Summerween, and it's a thing where you celebrate Halloween in June. There's weird people out there. I'll buy Halloween stuff all year. There's people that'll buy Christmas stuff all year.
It's true. Yeah. Well, you know what?
Hey, can I say something? One thing is because I do pick up a lot of China, and and I have made money on it. But I find the best time when it sells is going to be November. Well, actually September, November, December, in January. Why is that? Well, you have November and people have Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Well, plates get broken and stuff like that. People have to replace stuff. Okay. They have Christmas dinners. Same thing. I've had sales all the way through January and it looked like they were replacing stuff. So yeah, it's like you got to basically buy stuff before major things that are going to happen. Like Star was saying, Halloween and Christmas, stuff like that.
Yep. And I think too, the trends like in the old days, pet rock and stuff like that, it all cycles back again. And some cycle back year to year, but buying the weird things now and stashing it online for a while might be good to sit on the shelf and let it accrue a little value. Now, the bigger things obviously wouldn't do that so much, but the fads of things are going to come back around in 20 years.
They are. They always do. And then Valerie and I were talking about this today at the eBay Seller Circles meeting. If you have jewelry, get it up. If you have jewelry up, delist and relist and refresh it because of Mother's Day.
Yep.
I'm not very good at jewelry.
I was just
jewelry's
talking about
going to start
Mother's
selling. Mother's Day is in 3 weeks, as is my birthday. I will be 24.
How many times over now?
Twice. I'll be 48 for real. But yeah, get your jewelries up. And then I spend the summer slowdown listing for holidays. I can't speak English. Halloween, because it's always on my mind. The holidays. But I get ready for Q4 starting in like June.
Mm-hmm. It takes time to list everything, pictures, prep it, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Well, hey, one thing I want to know is how's everybody's sales? I can tell you for me, my sales I started out strong in April, but then they just tanked. And I think I know why, but I want to know what everybody else, what they've been dealing with.
I have nothing to say because I'm on vacation because of my move. So I defer to you two on that.
all right, well, full disclosure, let's be transparent. To make the same amount of money that we made, say, in 2019 with 2,000 listings, we have to have almost 6,000, and we have to be on 6 platforms where we were on only 2 or 3.
Right.
So 8 years ago, we could be on 3 platforms and have 2,000 listings and sell what we're selling. Fast forward to now, on 6 platforms with 3 times the amount of listings. And I think it's a lot of reasons. There's a lot more resellers. We have a lot more competition. And there's a lot more platforms to choose from, so buyers have more choices. Mm-hmm. They're trending towards Whatnot in places where they can get things cheaper. And the economy is pretty much bad, so people aren't shopping as much. And then that also brings more resellers because they need a side hustle. So there's a lot of reasons. I feel like to do the same that you were doing. And you know what? COVID too. COVID changed everything.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Pre-COVID, 2,000 listings. We were doing what we're doing today. During the shutdown, oh my God, that was the holy grail, golden hour of reselling, right? Everybody was stuck at home and shopping, and everybody was making so much money as resellers in 2020.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? The golden
age.
Yes, thank you. The golden age of reselling, and then everything changed in 2021. It just went. Yeah. So I feel like if you have that experience pre-2020 now, you could probably agree with me. You're working twice as hard to make the same amount of money.
I agree. What do you think, Richard?
I meant Star, recently, because right now I'm currently only selling on eBay. Mm-hmm. And so I noticed a shift, but this is one shift I always notice. Whenever they're making changes and algorithm changes, sales tend to drop. I mean, some people do really good, but I think a lot of people, for whatever reason, their sales tend to drop. And I've noticed that over the 6 years that I've been selling, that usually it's because eBay's making an update and they got to rebuild the algorithm back again.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So that's where the changes are being made.
Let's not forget that eBay's coding is from the 90s. It's antiquated, and instead of recoding things, they just keep building on top of the old code. Yeah. And Richard understands that because that's what he did for a living, right? They just keep building. Like, my boyfriend was in IT, right? So that's how he explains it to me. It's like they have.
Well, the thing is when you deal with an algorithm and you have to change the algorithm, in other words, you add some variables into it and stuff like that, the algorithm has to build back up again. It's not like, okay, we'll just go from here. No, it's got to rebuild itself back up again.
Well, it's just like the momentum of a car. You come to a stop sign, that's the change. Then you have to get the momentum of the car going again. That's how I see it in my head.
Mm-hmm. And well, I think because too, they're just building new on top of old all the time. When they change stuff, yes, the algorithm, but I think things glitch out and get weird too.
I agree.
It's
very noticeable. I think you're absolutely right. Both.
So yeah, my eBay sales, I think they're actually up right now, but this is usually the slow time for me, except for jewelry because of Mother's Day. But like the summer slowdown, I usually do pretty okay in because I just have enough clothes and stuff. It's like I hit this momentum in January when people are spending the money they got from Christmas and they're getting their tax returns. And then kind of like in February, I do this. I do the summer slowdown in the winter going into spring, I think.
I noticed a difference in sales on a month-to-month basis, like close to the first of the month, end of the month, like when people are having their rent due and stuff, sales slow for me. So even every month I can see a trend.
Yeah, I look at it. I don't look at it daily or even weekly. It's if I make the money I need to make every month, I'm okay. And it doesn't matter which platforms it comes from.
Okay, let's talk about platforms. Okay, Richard, I don't know how you feel about this. I know Star and I have had, and the girls have had long conversations about this. What do you think of Mercari? Have you heard anything about Mercari?
I've strictly sold on eBay. So as far as Mercari, I've heard of over the years, I've heard some good and bad things about Mercari. So but I don't have any first-hand knowledge, so I can't comment on selling on Mercari.
Yeah, it's just I can't sell. I did really well, and then they changed what was it that they changed, Star? And the sales started to tank.
So last year they changed the fee, so the buyers were paying them.
Right. Yeah, my sales tanked after that. I couldn't make a living. I don't sell anything but maybe once or twice a year. It drives me nuts. Mercari, the more you sell, the better fees get now. Oh, maybe now that Mercari is a D-list, relist one that I like because they don't charge you to list. So that one's easy to do.
And Valerie's right. People shop on payday. I get a lot. Most of my sales, the bulk, like if you average it out, are over the weekend.
Yeah,
and that's because people get paid. They're drunk. I mean, let's face it. People sit at home and drink and shop. Why do I have to
bar and go
in my house? No.
Look this.
Well, you know what? Okay, let's get them to my store.
So, real quick, anecdotal, funny story about the 4th of July.
Okay.
Every 4th of July since 2017, every single year, we will get 5 or more requests for cancellation on July 5th. And we have always said it's people that are drunk on the 4th.
And buying stuff and then saying, I can't believe I bought that.
Oh,
and it's every single July 5th. We get at least 5, if not more, cancellations.
You know what? I have to look at that because I don't know.
Never on New Year's Eve.
As far as for me, I don't know. So, but there could be some truth into that.
It makes sense.
It never happened on New Year's Eve, but maybe because that's more of a the 4th is a social.
Well, New Year's Eve, everybody's there partying and stuff like that.
It's about the party, yeah.
Unless they're
July, you're sitting
something.
back. Yeah. 4th of July, you're sitting in a chair.
It's every single.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm like, these drunk people keep shopping, and then I didn't mean to buy that.
That's funny.
So now we just wait for it, and we kind of like bet each other how many we're gonna get.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, we're closing in on an hour and a half. So I'm going to ask, I know. I'm going to ask the last 2 questions.
Okay.
This first one is serious.
I need you asking serious questions. Come on.
Why do you think I'm being serious?
You said you're going to ask a serious question.
Yeah, this is serious.
Oh.
You get to pick 3 things to eat for the rest of your life.
I get it.
What do you Did you say eat 3 things for the rest of your life?
Yes.
And only 3 things.
What would they be?
Yes.
You forgot to ask that part.
Oh.
All right. For me, one, it would definitely have to be enchiladas.
Ooh, good
Ooh.
one.
Okay. Next one. It
He's
would
gonna
have
say
to
beer.
be,
He's gonna say beer.
It would have to be baked chicken, but it would have to be bulgogi chicken. Bulgogi is basically
bulgogi.
a Korean dish.
Yes.
The way that they prepare it. Okay, so that would be my second choice.
Very good choice.
My third one. Okay, this is hard. Okay. My third one has to be a good smash burger.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Okay, those are
that
my
comes with
three.
different toppings. I like it.
Yes, those are my three.
Wow. That's making me rethink my choices. Okay. I've been asked this question before on here, and I said broccoli because I love broccoli, but I'm not going to say broccoli this time. Okay, so I would want chocolate for sure. I think if I could only eat, okay, so that would be like a dessert thing. I'd have to have something nutritional because I'm older now. So maybe, avocados are so good. Oh, because then I can make chips. Maybe a rice dish, like, okay, chana masala with rice. I think that's just so yummy. I've been eating that a lot lately. And then cauliflower. Cauliflower is so good. You can do so many things. I think that.
Okay, well, I would do tacos because you can do so many different kinds of tacos, and you can put avocado on them.
That's right.
Well, wait a minute. You can't say that you can eat all kinds of different kind of tacos. It's like one thing.
No,
okay?
tacos is one thing.
Specific.
Tacos is one thing.
Yeah, well, okay, so is enchiladas.
Yeah, because you can fill the
chicken, beef,
Okay,
greens, white bread.
Okay.
Right?
See, okay, next time I know, make you be more specific in your question.
That is specific. You get to pick 3 things to eat for the rest of your life. What are you picking?
Okay.
I was smart and went with tacos and salad because both of those can be different every time.
Toppings.
Well, the thing is with the taco, you can get a salad.
The salad is in the taco.
But with just salad, I could have all kinds of salads too.
You can have a taco salad as well.
And then my third is hamburger.
Oh, you both picked hamburger. Interesting. See, now if I had to pick, I would pick a fish like tilapia or something. If I picked a meat, I think fish would be good.
Well, I mean, if I had to pick like a very specific hamburger, there's a place in Pittsburgh called Burgatory, and I would eat their hamburgers for the rest of my life.
She loves those. I hear about this all the time. Burgatory.
Yeah, 3 weeks is my birthday, baby. We're going.
Yeah, Burgatory. Burgatory. Well, when I come to visit you, and you know it's only a half an hour away from where I'm going to live, 3 hours, really. I know that now. We're going to go to Burgatory.
I can't read a map.
I can't read a map. No, this far is 3 hours. Yeah. Okay. What's okay? That's a serious question. Ha ha ha. Serious. What's the other question?
No, this one is also important. What is your best advice for a brand new baby reseller?
Okay. The question was what is your best advice for a brand new baby reseller? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. First thing is why are you getting into it? Second thing is if you're serious about it, get a separate checking account. And since you're new at it, you should be looking into comps about everything. Because you'll learn as time goes on, as you're picking stuff, that you've already seen this stuff and everything, you know what it sells for. But as a new person, you want to be looking up those comps, and you only want to be getting stuff that has a good sell-through rate. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's really good advice. That covers so much. If I had to pick one thing, I would say his plus get an inventory system, keep track of everything. And then the other piece I would say probably is sell what you like. For instance, start selling in your house. You know that stuff. You know what you want to get for it. That gives you an idea of how much profit you want to make. It'd be the easiest transition without making an investment in money. So I think those two things are the two basics. But sell what you like. If I had to give one, sell what you like. It's going to make your job so much better, and it's not going to make it an arduous task. It's not going to make it a chore. It's going to be something interesting to you to hold your interest and keep you going.
I'm going to let you guess what mine is.
No, we're not guessing. You got to talk up. We talked up.
I repeat myself every Thursday night.
Yeah. And I can't remember what you said.
I say it every Thursday night.
I don't watch the show every week. Star?
Well, Lori can guess it.
I have seen your brain fart. Come on now.
There's two things.
Type it.
I usually say the inventory system.
Okay.
Because of what happened to us when we did our first Q4.
Yeah.
But my most important thing I tell people, work, life,
balance.
Balance.
I got it.
Yeah, if you're a brand new baby, you're going to have to work really, really hard and long hours to build your store. But you need to remember to take at least half a day off, 1 day off a week. Eventually you'll get to where you can, work a normal schedule and take 2 days off. But when you're building, you have to work more.
Okay, now here's the other one that I would have thought, now that you've refreshed my memory. I do remember that you also say that you need to have a routine in place so that you can, keep the momentum going and build up your rhythms. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have a routine in place, you become more productive and you get more done in less time, and you have time to take time off to find that balance. It's super important because if you burn out, if you work too much, it's not good for your mental health or your physical health. And
well, Richard we were talking about this before we went on live. Richard was talking about how, with his recent job transition, that he realizes now how stressed you were, right, Richard?
How what?
How stressed you were, and how with your job, and how much relief it is now.
I wasn't stressed about reselling. I actually enjoyed reselling. My regular job, I was very stressed at. So trying to do my job, doing reselling actually calmed me down. And I enjoyed it. But the thing is you have to enjoy it. And how to explain that to somebody? It's just, people get into reselling for different reasons. But I enjoyed it. Ever since I watched, and this goes back many years, I watched John Cincinnati Picker. And I was all like, I couldn't believe people were buying stuff at garage sales and selling it online. I said, you got to be shitting me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I watched him for a year before I even got into reselling. I was just like, it blew me away. I was like, this can't be real. People don't do this.
Richard, my husband's been watching me do this for 5 years now. He still is amazed he goes, we'll just get rid of it. Honey, people buy this. He goes, I said, they buy this all the time. He goes, you're kidding me. And I'm going, no, they do. It could be any item. He just constantly amazed.
It's weird that you can, my latest what sold video was like, you can sell anything. I had this random DoorDash bag. I don't know where I got it from. I don't remember, but it was in my house. And I'm like, somebody paid $10 for a DoorDash bag. And I heard the drivers get them for free anyway. So you can sell anything.
Well, I would be calling DoorDash a lot more often and saying, hey, can I get a few of those bags? Here, I'll give you a couple bucks.
Mhm.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Like just some of the we're currently spring cleaning and purging our house, and so we're just getting rid of a lot of our stuff. But it's still surprising that other people want, because cleaning out your own house is vastly different. I go to the thrift store. I'm sourcing specifically for things that I know will sell. I don't know if people are really going to want my old Buffy comics or my plastic cups that Lori saw, the Marvel collectors. Like, I
Love
don't
them.
know, but
Yeah.
they do. They want
They
it.
do.
There's
Yep.
always a market for something.
There's a market for cardboard
Depends on
boxes
how
for
big
Christ's
the
sake.
market is
Yeah.
and how quickly you can move it. That's the question.
Yes. So one of the things that I cleaned out of our nightstand, apparently Keith and I have kept every Android box when we get a new phone. And
yes.
he said, don't throw those away. Look them up on eBay before, because some people want the S21 or the S23. They want these old empty boxes.
Some people do it as pranks, you know, to put other things in it or whatever. But yeah, there are people who saw, and the Apple ones, I told somebody in the store that, and they said, well, they have your code on the bottom now, so I don't know if that's a good idea. But still, I said, I mean, they're great boxes. I mean, I would love to store something in it or something. It's just a gorgeous box.
Yeah, iPhone boxes. Like, it's just, if you ever find like empty video game boxes, back when we were first starting, Keith had a bunch of his Game Boy boxes when he was a kid.
You know what? I picked up a big Nintendo and stuff like that, video game had some empty boxes and stuff like that with the manuals and stuff.
Yes.
People buy that stuff because other resellers look, because they have maybe the cartridge, but if they can buy the box and the manual, they can get even more money for it. So do not discard that stuff at all.
And don't pass up collectors, because like when Keith had all his he had the Game Boy boxes from when he was a kid from the original. No games, but just like the original Pokemon box sold for $100.
Yes.
Just a box. Yeah. $100.
Yes. Those
collectors want them. And then your Lego manuals. So like this was a gift from my friend Jay, right? Oh, I lost my camera. Hold on, guys.
Lost your camera.
Yeah, I was like, you went blank.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Oh, you buggered it up. Now you should have quit while you were ahead. Oh, she's going to come back in. I can tell you that right now. She will come back in. She's got to restart it. But it's so true about all that stuff. I mean, even though there's white paper on manuals and things like that, and you can go online, people still collect, and they want those collectibles.
Well, yeah, and like as resellers, we come into big lots and stuff like that we get. Other resellers want to buy that in order so they can get a little bit more money for their sales.
Exactly.
And stuff like that. And you got to keep that into mind. But I mean, people buy the weirdest stuff online, older. But I found selling in 6 years, I've sold to movie studios.
Yes.
Okay. Movie studios buy stuff. I've had older stuff.
Yes.
Which means they needed it
for the prop.
A prop in a movie or something like that. So, and
I sold a resale. I sold a resale dummy.
Cereal boxes.
Yes.
Vintage cereal boxes.
Yeah, because they need it for the props.
Yeah.
So before I knocked myself out, I was going to show you my little.
That is so cool.
I got this from my friends. Of course, I'm keeping it because I am an avid reader and I love this.
Oh,
but
yes.
The manual to that sold for $20 and the box sold for $15.
Stop.
And this Lego set now, okay, you have to be a reader to know this, but John Mars, he's like a New York Times bestselling author. He writes thrillers. He's really famous. He's got shows on Netflix. Anyway, every time he publishes a book, he lives in the UK. His husband, the other John, they're John and other John. They're so cute. His husband buys him a gift, and his husband bought him this year with his new published book, and John built it on TikTok, and it went wild. So this set's now like worth 100 plus just because one
Whoa.
author made it famous.
Whoa, that's amazing. That's the market we're in now.
Well,
you know, and
sometimes the market goes up and down. So, sometimes you might not want, you need to take advantage of the market.
Yeah.
When it's up.
Yep.
Mhm.
I noticed that, speaking of that, with the trading cards, the football cards and stuff, I've noticed that the key cards that come out will sell for like 20, 30 bucks or even more, depending on if there's a signature or it's a huge person. But then it goes down for a little while. And then in about 5 years, 10 years, it comes back up again. So it's that kind of thing, I think, that we see that you're talking about.
Yeah. And pay attention like to pop culture. Cause like a famous author, a famous athlete, a famous actress wears something, does something, builds a Lego set. It's popular for, well, do you remember when Flare Pants went wild after that Super Bowl show with Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar, oh,
Flare
really?
Pants, and for 2 months, flare jeans were like wildly selling on eBay for lots of money just because Kendrick Lamar wore them in the Super Bowl show.
Wow. See, that's why you put things on and let them sit, because you don't know what trend is going to pop up, and then you're going to go bang, it just sells out.
Yes.
That's a good example.
So pay attention to pop culture, to movies, to people that don't like social media. You're missing out because you see, like I'm on TikTok and I see the trends and I can see it coming down the road and I can go raise prices.
Yeah. Oh, there's that aspect of it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with movies, like you did hit on that, because right now I think we're in an era where they're actually hitting on and redoing remakes of a lot of movies. And so that sparks an interest in a lot of that old movie stuff, like Jurassic Park and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, those things, those. You definitely want to keep on the watch out for that stuff. And when you do see the trend coming, Richard, what is that? What the hell does that mean?
You remember Richard Simmons, right? The exercise guru?
Yes, I remember Richard
Sweating
Simmons.
to the oldies.
Yeah, and he had the little chia pet thing where they put the chia seeds on his head and his afro would grow out. Can't even sell it. He's such a sweet
usually when
person.
someone passes away, all their stuff will sell.
Goes crazy. Yeah, yeah. He had a big clown collection, like a glass clown or something like that, a doll collection or something of these weird dolls that people were talking were kind of strange, but yeah, it kind of does depend on who it is, but I would have expected Richard Simmons stuff to go like crazy. But anyway, we digress.
We digressed a lot because that was supposed to be the
But
final.
you find those spandex and those headbands, they probably
right?
sell for good money.
There's a whole Mandela effect about Richard Simmons' headband. And there's people saying he never had it, and there's people saying he always wore it, and people are bringing up pictures to prove it. It's this whole debate on TikTok.
No, he always. I remember that. I grew up with that crap.
That's the Mandela effect.
And yeah, we don't want to talk about that. But yeah, Richard Simmons always had a headband.
I don't think he always had a headband, but I think it was like probably 90% of the time.
Well, he always wore the spandex.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I always remember him wearing the damn headband. Come on, girls, let's go, let's go. Am I wrong?
Hold on a second. Put that lap comment.
My old boss met him on a flight, and he sat in his lap for 40 minutes.
Richard Simmons is just such a likable character. I'd let him do it too.
Yeah, he was really awesome.
Wow.
All right, Richard, where can we find you?
Okay, I'm on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I haven't been posting a lot lately just because I've had a lot of stuff going on. I will start posting a lot more, but you can find me at on YouTube, otnipdrof flips. And I'm going to start this year, I'm going to start posting a lot more videos on Ford Pinto Picker, which is the second channel on mine. And that's where you can find me.
I love it. You want me to tell you where you can find me?
I do.
Right here on Flippin Hippos. No. So I have a link tree. I have all my labels are like this. You can scan this, or you can go to KNL Resale, my link tree there. Also, I'm starting to do eBay lives. I do Whatnot lives. They're going to be on 3 o'clock every day of the week, one of those things. I'm also on Mercari, Poshmark, Etsy. What's the other one? Yeah, like that. So go to my link tree. It's all in there.
Depop?
No, I stopped doing Depop. Oh, and 10th and Main raid trains on Wednesday.
I was waiting for that because I have the link ready.
Okay, very good. There you go.
So just real quick, if you're not familiar with what 10th and Main it is, a group of friends. We all met through List Perfectly. You've met most of them on this channel, all of them actually. Let me see if I can name everybody. Lori, Karen, Nanette, Valerie, Kelly, Jenny, and Jay, and myself. And we do Whatnot raid trains on Wednesday nights. Some of us, not all of us. And Friday nights, I put our YouTube in there. On Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern until 10 p.m., we hang out. We're usually in our pajamas. We're taking photos. We're listing. We're talking about reselling. We're solving problems. We're talking about our pain points from the week. We're helping each other. You can come in the chat and ask your reselling questions and get help. We're more than willing to walk anybody through anything. We all use List Perfectly. If you need any help with List Perfectly, you can have us live all there to help you. But it's just basically like a listing party kind of hangout for 2 hours where you can actually see the curtain pulled back and watch us work and ask us questions. It's a pretty cool hangout. You can wear your pajamas and bring a drink. It's Friday.
We drink.
Well, I don't right now because of my weight loss journey, but
I drink. Richard, you want to come?
I have one last question. Okay. How many people are going back to the reseller rally in Cincinnati?
Oh, didn't even know there was one.
Oh yeah, I've been twice. This is the third one.
So what do they do there? Tell me about it for a brief second.
It's not really, we don't do anything. We just meet, we talk, and it's a social gathering. And then a lot of us in the morning will get together and we'll go out and hit garage sales and stuff together and everything like that. But the whole event is on a riverboat where you get fed dinner and everything. And then you get to spend time with other resellers and everything like that. And, you know, some of the bigger ones, John, obviously Cincinnati Picker, he is hosting it.
Oh.
Okay. In years back, Craigslist Hunter, Pete, basically was one of the first ones to host it with John, Cincinnati Picker. And then second year, Lonnie from Shed Flips and Kevin, Commonwealth Picker's always been there. A lot of them. And it's really nice because it's not like a class type thing, but it's more or less just a social gathering, and you get to meet people and talk to them and then learn stuff and everything like that.
Yeah, that's a great thing to get us all out of the house, you know, to go do those live in-person things because we work from home so often.
Yeah, I actually, the first year that they had the Cincinnati, you know, the reseller rally, it was right before the pandemic. I had bought my ticket. I hadn't even started reselling yet, but I had watched so much that I wanted to learn. And so I paid to go because I wanted to talk to these resellers and everything like that. So if you're new at reselling, it's a good opportunity to talk to resellers because they're willing to talk to you and tell you all about that stuff.
That's so true with this industry. not to start another subject, but it's so true with this industry. Everybody's really nice, willing to help. It's the kind of environment I always dreamed of in an office, but it's such a dog-eat-dog world in the corporate world. I just so much more enjoy this. And that environment is everywhere in the reseller world.
Mm-hmm. So where you can find me, join me tomorrow night on 10th of May, because we're going to be hanging out and doing stuff. I'm going to be taking pictures, so you actually get to see how I work.
Guess what I'm going to be doing, Star?
Sorting, trading baseball cards. You can find me here every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. I have a couple people lined up for May, but I am looking for more people. So if you want to come on, you just let me know. Message me on Instagram, because Facebook usually hides them. You don't have to be YouTube, TikToker. You just got to be a reseller who's willing to sit here and chat and hang out and answer questions and have a good time. So if you want to come on, let me know. And then I guess in June, I'm just going to start re-inviting people. I'm like, halfway through the year, let's just repeat guests, have them all back.
You need to make more friends.
I have a Facebook group. Let me put that in. Let me learn how to copy paste. There we go.
Control V, Control C, Control V.
No, I have the Windows V, because I have your guys' links and all of my links copied. So when I window V, I get to choose which one I want to put in.
Oh, that's clever.
There you go, guys. A new keyboard shortcut, thanks to my lovely nerd Keith. He's taught me so much about computers. So if you window V, you can. Anyway,
okay.
Nerd. And where else can you find me? I'm on Whatnot. I do stuff. I'm around.
Yeah.
I sell stuff on places, and I make videos and do stuff on things.
Such a smart ass.
You should be following me on. You should be following me, because seriously, even my long form videos are always informative and they teach and it's serious business. But my shorts, my reels, they are fun.
They are.
They're funny.
I like to think of her. She's full of information. So I like to say my friend Star is full of it. Watch her.
Yeah. My mom told me when I was growing up, I'm so full of shit, my eyes are brown.
Oh. And on that note.
All right. Thank you, Richard, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And I probably will be in touch to have you back on in a couple of months. And Lori, thanks.
Do what I have to.
Thanks for jumping in your empty house. And
of course I empty.
And everyone that stayed with us for 2 hours tonight in the chat, thank you so much. I know all of our time is money and it's valuable. So we do really appreciate you being here for 2 hours. Make sure you check out Richard's YouTube. Look at Lori's
stuff.
And thanks for staying with us. And if you're watching the replay, thank you too. We appreciate you.
Yes.
And it's almost the weekend, so go find some work-life balance.
Yes.
And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
Okay.